Every day, people all over the world celebrate their cultural heritage simply by living their lives in a way that embodies who they are and where they came from. But one day a year is set aside to celebrate the joint history and heritage of the human race, which happens to be on every April 18th, but we chose to celebrate it a day earlier. World Heritage Day encourages us to celebrate all the world's culture, bring awareness to important cultural monuments and sites, and espouse the importance of preserving the world's cultures. Happy World Heritage Day to our esteemed viewers. You are all welcome to today's edition of Now Streaming, reaching you live on ACNNTV here in the city of Abuja. I am your anchor for today, Rachel Ebunu, and I have my co-anchor with me.
Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning, Princess.
Happy World Heritage Day.
Happy World Heritage Day. We are celebrating ours a day before.
Yeah, of course. Good morning, viewers, and thank you for having us in the studio this morning.
Thank you for joining us. And to do justice to some of the questions before us is Mr. Kayode Ayebusi. I get it.
Yes, you did.
Okay, Ayebusi. He is the chairman, National Association of Nigerian Theatre Art Practitioners, NANTEP, Abuja chapter. You're welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
And happy World Heritage
Yes,
Day.
happy World Heritage Day to
You're
you
welcome
too,
to the
and to
studio,
our
sir.
viewers.
Thank you for coming. And remember, viewers, you can join the conversation by sending your comments through our various social media handles and calling the number displayed on your screen. It is always a pleasure to hear from you. We want to hear what is your heritage, what you know about your people. Please call in to share your thoughts with us. World Heritage Day was created to celebrate the legacy and rich heritage of humanity given to us by our ancestors and acknowledge the organization that safeguards it. We have so many questions before us to ask Mr. Kayode today, but I'll begin this way. What is World Heritage Day all about?
Oh, well, I want to believe the United Nations, in their wisdom, saw the need to celebrate humanity, to celebrate, what we call our heritage, the differences in our cultures, the people we are, because, like we always say, culture is everything, is the totality of who you are. So that becomes your heritage. What is your worldview? What are the things that make you you? So I think they saw the need for all of us to celebrate ourselves, to celebrate our diversities, to get to know each other more, to get to discover why we need to work together, to get to know what it is your neighbor has that will complement what you have, because I believe very seriously that there is a purpose for these our diversities,
Of course.
and we are meant to complement each other rather than tear each other apart. So I think it is that must have been what informed the choice of the day, that the whole world should celebrate it, with a lot of activities. I'm sure today people will be having seminars, workshops, all kinds
That'll
of
be
programs.
tomorrow.
Okay,
We
sorry,
are celebrating.
I forgot we are doing
Yes.
we are doing ours a day earlier.
Yeah.
So on that tomorrow, people will be having all kinds of activities to celebrate the day. So,
Okay. And before I invite Princess
Okay.
in, there are some questions that like go into my head. These are things that we need to be aware of. Like I don't know. Okay, I've been away from my hometown for
Yes.
like how many years now?
Yeah.
If you ask me, I know I'm guilty of it.
Good you say it.
I'm very guilty of it.
Good,
I
you're
don't
saying
really
that.
know much about my own
yes,
place,
your people,
my people,
your heritage,
my
so to
heritage.
speak.
Yes, and we have our young ones
Yeah.
coming behind us who needs to know this. We need to. What can you tell us? Okay, me, in person, in person.
And the likes of you.
And the likes of me. How can I? Do I need to go home so that we know this? Okay, this is where I'm coming from. This is what we are particularly known with. This is what that makes us different from other person. What?
Well, let me start this way. Let me first make you feel a little happy with yourself that you are not the only one. There are millions out there who are just like you. So be consoled. Okay. Now going further, I think we somewhere along the line we lost it. What I mean by that is, if you are not deliberate about preserving and promoting your culture, other cultures will erode it.
Because some are going into extinction.
That's the truth. That's the truth. So if you are not deliberate about it, at some point we let down our guard and allowed foreign cultures to come in, and it became our way of life. In fact, it was saying that if you are a proponent or an advocate of your traditional, your own culture, you were seen as being second class. You were not, that guy is a traditional guy. He's not, so it was like a crime for you to want to uphold your, and that's where we made a mistake, because that is what makes you who you are.
Makes you unique.
Yes. There are places now, take something like our language. There are families where people you can hardly hear them speak their native tongues. They see it as a crime. They tell their children, deliberately tell their children, don't speak. And in fact, schools. I went to a school where I schooled in the north. I'm a Yoruba man. And I tried to learn the Hausa language. And it was seen like a crime. If you were caught, it's vernacular. You had to pay or serve some kind of punishment. But meanwhile, you go to a place like China and they teach their children, even the sciences, they teach them in Chinese. You go to Holland, they teach in Dutch. They don't teach in English.
For our people that go outside those countries to go study, you have to use some months to learn their languages before you can.
So we lost it completely and felt, okay, no, this is inferior. Our own, what is ours is inferior. And that is what gave rise to what you're talking about now. And it's now we have to start redressing. Now we are coming to the realization that it's a problem. Because just like you said, there are some cultures that are going extinct. There are some languages you won't even hear again now. They are already gone. Some little, they are already gone. So there must be, like I said, there must be that conscious effort. We need to do a lot more in terms of working with our children now. You, myself, we are already like the crayfish. We are already formed. We are hardened. Yes, we are hardened. Any attempt now, you break us. You just break us. But the young ones who are coming up now, who are still malleable, who you can still, form their opinions. We need to start making them realize the beauty in their cultural heritage. Take something like our dressing. Like we said, I've talked about language. Take our dressing. Take our food. You need to start making our children like our food, like our clothes. I have tried to advocate that. I don't know the reason, and nobody has explained to me why bankers must wear suits. What is wrong with it? What am I not smart? You want me to stand up? What I'm wearing, is this not smart?
But then you have some dresses invoking now that our natural.
No, when you talk, is the issue of smartness. You've not answered my question. What I'm wearing now, is there any business I can't do?
Smart. For you, you might be smart in it, and for them, it might not be smart.
In fact, you see some looking horrible even in that suit. So it's not about the smartness. It's about the mentality.
I think so. It's the mentality.
It's about now you say you are talking about smartness. Now they allow them to wear this on Fridays.
Of course, yes. The normal
Fridays you can wear anything you like. Yes.
Native.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So you don't need to be smart on Fridays. Is that the idea? That you don't need that smartness on Friday, or you don't do the banking duties on Friday. So that's where I'm going to. That look, is a complete orientation. We need to completely destabilize this idea of what is coming from outside is better than what we have inside. We should be proud about it.
Yeah.
I tell people I've been fortunate to have traveled out of this country a number of times. And I tell you that when I go out with things like this, I hardly come back with them.
You know, they like
People out there, people who are not, they,
more than
even the one you've won, they saw you, they beg you for it. They beg you. When I'm traveling, I go out with our beads, our all kinds of things, because they ask you for them. But we, the owners, somebody will see me dressed like this, maybe because I'm a cultural enthusiast and a cultural administrator. So I make it a point of duty to always dress like this. When you see me in English wear, maybe I'm just, yes. But the issue is, how much are we pushing our culture up there? I told someone, the Chinese people, if you notice recently, the Chinese are building cultural, what they call cultural friendship centers all over the world. What is the idea? They teach you their language free of charge. They teach you their ways free of charge. You think they're stupid? You think they don't know what they're doing? You think they are wasting money? But now look at what is happening. The Chinese economy is on the rise. Everybody finds it easy to go and do business in China because they've taught you their language here. I've met people, and they will learn yours too. I've seen a lot of our television productions, they turn them into Chinese language.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So it is deliberate. We cannot sit down. It cannot be accidental. You cannot expect those things to happen by accident.
Okay,
Our orientation agency has to work. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes,
Intentionally
although
and deliberately
there is something
do
else
this.
I have about princess, but I won't talk. I
Okay,
won't say it on air. I won't say it on air.
Please come on, you can just
I will
leave
tell
me.
you after.
Oh, all right, okay. Let's keep that aside then. All right, thank you very much, Rachel. We have spoken so well, and I deliberately, like Mr. Kayode have said, I deliberately decided to put on this.
Yeah.
And you
because
didn't tell me so that we'll...
I
You too.
wanted you to come the way you think about your heritage. And thankful enough, you have accepted your faults
Yes,
over
I
time.
do.
You
100%.
you are one of those that don't really cherish their heritage.
Not that I don't
Yes,
cherish
but you just
Don't
don't pay
cherish
attention
it
to it.
enough.
No, I know she likes. Yeah.
Cherish. I don't just pay attention to.
Okay, let me accept that then, Rachel. Let me accept that so that you feel cool.
I do. Not that I do. I cherish.
So
my
it
people,
means
my
henceforth I'll be
heritage.
seeing you on your
I
native
love
attire
natives.
more often.
But you know the nature of our work.
Yeah,
Another
sometimes.
thing again. Okay, I'm on news today. I can't put a native on a Wednesday. If it's on a Friday, we do native. That's what is
But that is the
what
point.
is applicable.
Yeah, so even
here.
the organization needs to
It's
change
what-
that. What is
that orientation is
where we're
affecting
going.
us. So
Yes.
that is why we are here now to
Yes.
trash this out. It's something we have to
these organizations
remodernize.
that
We have to
put those laws
adjust.
should, because we all must deliberately
We have
promote
to
what
do
is
that.
ours.
We have to do it because our ways. Don't I look good?
Yeah, you do.
To be on the news, I think I'm perfect in
Yes,
this.
you should.
Thank you very
I
much,
agree
Mr.
with you.
Kayode. All right. I want to quickly ask Mr. Kayode. The theme of this year is discover and experience diversity.
Wow.
What can you say about the theme and to a group of cultures or individuals who think they don't need to learn or experience other people's cultures, like you rightly explained just now, and are comfortable with theirs? And do you believe in intercultural marriage?
So many questions.
You know, this theme is so apt, so well thought out. It just fits into my thinking, my way of
you.
life.
Okay.
I've always believed that our diversity is not an accident. There is a purpose for it. There is a reason why God in his mercies created us in this different and put us all here. Like I said earlier, the idea is to complement each other. There's something you have that I don't have.
Of course.
There's something I have that you don't have. And for us to get a whole, to get a whole thing, both of us or all of us have to chip in that thing we have to have a perfect world, so to speak, or a livable world. So I think it is so appropriate that all of us must learn about the other person's culture. I want to believe that the reason why there is so much schisms and antagonisms and fights and quarrels all over the world is because we don't know enough about each other. One, you need to know about yourself. Then you need to know about your neighbor. How much of the Igbo man does the average Yoruba man know? How much of the Hausa man does the average? How much of the Hausa man does the average Buguma man, the Bayelsa man? How much of the Hausa man does he know? How much of the thief man does the man in Oyo? How much of him does he know? You only hear say, the thief man gives his wife out to visit us. Oh, the Oyo man is this. The Hausa man, oh, you go to him. All the children, they are doing this. The Igbo man, if he sees money, he will sell his brother. All those, those stories that are just created. Exactly. We don't know enough about each other. And that's why we have the problems we have. So I think it's just appropriate, it's just right for the UN to tell the world that, look, take pains to know about your neighbor. Understand him. If I know you, that means I know what makes you tick. I know what your likes are. I know what your dislikes are. You know the same about me. So in relating, we both know what to do, what not to do. I know what not to do near you. You know what not to do near me. And I mean, with that, you can live together. You can live together without any stress. So I think it is just perfect. People need to, again, the word, deliberately go out of their way to know about their neighbors. It's important. So people need to also push up their cultures. You need to put it, everybody, the Igbo person should be talking about the Igbo culture, promoting it. The Yoruba man should be promoting the Yoruba culture. And we should be doing interchanges, cultural exchange programs. Like you said, I'm an advocate of intercultural marriage. I don't have a problem with it in my house. And I took that from my father. My father, when you want to marry, all you do is you bring your spouse and he asks you, your choice? You say, yes. Let's go. It's your choice. He's not the one going to live with the person. It's your choice. That's who you want.
Contrary to what
so in my house, we are married to somebody from Taraba. We are married to somebody from Niger. We are Yorubas, but we have Niger wife in the house. We have Taraba wife in the house. In fact, I think I'm the only one who is married to a Yoruba person. So I've always been, and I schooled in Kaduna, where a federal government college where it was for everybody. So some of my closest friends are people from all parts of this country. I've always been somebody who believes in mixing cultures, you know. Yeah. How do you stay on your own? It's so monotonous, it's so boring. Yes, you know. Look at the rainbow. Look at the different colors of the rainbow. Look at how it comes out beautiful. I think that is how we should be. I need to know about the Igbo person. I need to know. In a few days I'll be going to Taraba for a festival. A fishing festival. I want to go and learn. No, it's not. This one is Ibi. Argungu is in Kebbi. Yes. So I want to see it. I want to see what they're doing. I want to know about the Taraba people. The next one, if somebody invites me to come to, I've been in Argungu, by the way. So if you invite me to come to Arondizo to come and see what they are doing in Arondizo, I'm on my way. That's just the way. That's just the way I am.
Yes, of course. We're running short of time. In our schools before now, I know. We have these three major languages in Nigeria: the Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. And you're to learn either one out of them. The three. I don't know if that is applicable anymore. And how can our schools imbibe this? Our heritage, our culture, for these young ones to know more about other places, because you can't just be an island where you are and you're comfortable, you're okay with where you are. You want to explore, you want to experience other people's culture, what they are known for. What can you tell? What advice can you give us?
Yes, I think at least that's a good way to start. The idea of having those three major languages, although some will claim those are not the only languages we have, but again, those are the majority languages. So I think it's a good one to give our children the opportunity to learn any one of their choice, you know. And I would like for the government to take it a step further, that if you are from the West, for instance, You won't come to school and say you want to learn Yoruba.
No.
You learn something else. Yeah, to make sure there is a spread. Learn Igbo, learn Hausa, Hausa learn Igbo or learn Yoruba, Igbo learn Yoruba or learn mix them up like that, and that would also encourage the inter relationship. I think it is still in the curriculum, if I'm not wrong. I think it was history that was withdrawn at one time, and it has even
Which
been
is not
it has even
supposed
been it has been returned.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been reinstated.
Okay.
So, and then our civic education, just like you said, our civic education has to do a lot more on teaching or showing our children our cultures.
Yes.
When you say civic education, shouldn't just be about modern things. Teach them, let them know the different cultures. Drop a curriculum that dwells, at least that if in Form 1 you learn about the Jukun and the Taraba people, and in Form 2 maybe it is about Igbo, so all through before you graduate from SS3, you've practically almost gone around Nigeria.
Of course.
You know something about everybody. I mean, those are ways to promote love and unity.
Okay, in Abuja here, do we have any monumental or sites to reckon with? Okay, as a Nigeria, maybe from so parts of the country. No, okay, not only in Abuja now, in the whole country as a whole.
Across the country.
This is what this person is reckoned with. A site I can go to, and yes, I'll just by seeing it. This person is from there. That person is from here, and.
Well, if we're talking about historical sites, monumental places in Nigeria, there are quite a number. For me, the problem with those sites, and which I happen to belong to an office that also deals with sites and things, is adding value to those sites. Because if you leave the sites in their original state, it does not attract visitors. So you must add some value. That is why somebody will leave here and go and visit the Wall of China. Because when you go to visit the Wall of China, there are other things beside the wall. That's why you go live here. When you go to UK, you want to see Big Ben. What is Big Ben? It's just a bell or in a tower, but it's iconic. So you go there, you want to see. In fact, you will practically buy a small thing to show that you've gone to see Big Ben. You go to France, you go and see Eiffel Tower. What is it? Just iron that somebody did and said it's a tower. So we must add value to those sites. So in every part of the country, there are those monumental sites. We have history behind us. We have great leaders that, even if it is their statues alone, you go down south, you see, the southwest that I know a little about. You go to Ife, which is supposed to be the cradle of the Yoruba, for instance, or even some go as far as saying the cradle of humanity or whatever. But there are things to see there. You go to the southeast, there are 1,000 in every state in the southeast. There is something to see.
Okay.
To reckon with.
So yes,
All right.
come up north, same thing.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kayode. As the chairman, National Association of Nigerian Theatre Arts Practitioner, Abuja chapter, what is your last word on the show this morning?
Well, I think as Nigerians, we need to understand we have a purpose being in this space called Nigeria. We need to start understanding that it is not by accident. There is a deliberate design. And from what I see, this country was designed to be one of the greatest places to live on earth. You can take that to the bank. It is one of the greatest places anyone can be. Like I said, I've been around. I've seen places. I've seen even the places people tout as, oh, things are working here, things are working there. Yes, because people deliberately made them work. If we do the same here and make things work, there is look at us. We don't have any ecological issues. Very little. In some of these places, if it rains, it's a problem. If there is sun, it is too much. You are just sitting in your house and all around you, there is an earthquake. The houses are coming. So we don't have such issues here. This is one of the best places anybody can be.
Thank you
If
so
only we do
very
the right
much.
things.
Time
Thank you
is
very
well,
much.
well
Thank you, sir.
spent. Like Mr. Kayode said, we should be deliberate about knowing
Very, very deliberate.
our heritage. Princess.
Oh, thank
in
you
30
very
seconds,
much.
round off.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Mr. Kayode, for
Great
all
pleasure.
the contributions so far. A day like this is a reflection of our cultural values and traditions. I, for one, I am someone that love my culture. I teach about it. I talk about tradition. I talk about the importance of languages. I understand about 4, if not 5 languages. So it makes me a unique person. Don't you think so, Rachel?
You are.
All right, thank you very much. So, viewers, please try your best as family, as organizations to promote your culture. As an individual, make it a point of duty deliberately, like Mr. Kayode have said, go out there, talk to your family members, your children, to embrace their culture, to cherish their tradition, and to also be proud of wherever they came out from. Stop discouraging your children from associating with your families and cousins and relatives. They are not witches and wizards like some people are already painting them to be. Please embrace your traditions and your heritage. Thank you very much, Rachel.
Thank you so very much, Princess. Thank you, Mr.
Thanks for
Kayode,
having
your
me.
contribution so far. We are grateful for honoring our invitation. Right, as they rightly said, heritages represent the country. Do not make them dirty. A nation without heritage is like a tree without roots. Celebrate the World Heritage Day by visiting a heritage site today. Life without cultural and historic heritage will be like a blank page. This is where we call it a day on today's edition on Now Streaming. Thank you for allowing us into your space. Let's do this again, same time, same station tomorrow. Have a blessed day and bye for now. I am Rachel Ibu.